Okay, we are working on polynomial and rational inequalities, and first we'll start off with polynomial inequalities. And so here's an inequality: x plus 3 times x minus 4 is less than 0. And so I'm looking for all the x's that will make this true. So for instance, negative 1. If you plug in negative 1, you get a negative number. So negative 1 is a solution. So in order to solve this, the first step is that you set this entire thing equal to 0. And so if you set x plus 3 times x minus 4 equal to 0, then this means that x plus 3 is 0, or x minus 4 is equal to 0, in which case x is equal to negative 3, or x is equal to 4. That is the first step. The second step, we have to draw a number line with those solutions on them. So we got negative 3 and 4, and now we're going to pick values in each interval. So the crucial thing to see here is that this breaks the real line into 3 pieces. And so you got all the numbers from less than negative 3, from minus infinity to negative 3, all the numbers between negative 3 and 4, and all the numbers from 4 to infinity. And so what we're going to do is, in each subinterval, we'll pick a value. For instance, here, I'm going to pick a number less than negative 3, for instance, negative 10. And I'm going to take that and I'm going to plug that into x plus 3 times x minus 4. So when I do negative 10 plus 3 times negative 10 minus 4, that gives me negative 7 times negative 14. That is a positive 98. And so what that means over here is that all the numbers over here would give me a positive if I'm plugging in. Now I'm going to pick a number between negative 3 and 4. So I'm going to pick x equals 0. And then I plug that in to this. So I get 0 plus 3 times 0 minus 4. That's 3 times minus 4. That's negative 12. And so that means here, if you pick a value here, you'll get negative numbers. And then finally, I will pick a number bigger than 4. And I get to pick 100. And so then 100 plus 3 times 100 minus 4. I don't really care what that number is. I just know that it's 103 times 96, which is definitely a positive number. So over here, I have positives. Right? So I've plugged in, and then since x plus 3 times x minus 4, I wanted to know when this was less than 0. So less than 0. That means I'm looking for the negative, not the positive. And so the answer is where the negative sign is, and that's the interval minus 3 to 4. And that is the answer. Some remarks about this problem will be that sometimes, if I had written it as x squared plus x minus 12 is less than 0, you might have seen it like that, right? In which case you would have had to, x squared minus x minus 12. If you had seen it like that, then you would have had to factor it yourself, and then you would have gone through the same procedure. So for the upcoming problems, you're going to have to factor it first and then make it look like what we just saw. And then if I had x minus 4 times x plus 3 is less than or equal to 0, then the answer would have been negative 3 to 4. You would have had to include the brackets. And then finally, if the question had been x minus 4 times x plus 3 greater than 0, then, right, so if is that, then we would have been looking for the plus signs, and then the answer would have been negative infinity to negative 3 union with 4 to infinity, right? Because that's where the plus signs would have been. Okay. I'll end with that.